Hi, I'm Leana, I'm 40 and I have twin boys, James and Alfie, who are both nearly 7. The boys were both born with clubfoot, so Alfie had 2 feet that were both severely turned around the other way, and James had one foot. So I knew that when I left the hospital that I'd be facing operations with that. When they got to around 18 months old, they were doing the usual babbling and making the mama sounds and stuff. And when they got to around 6 months after that, around the age of 2, James became very within himself. He would just sit in a corner on his own, and you couldn't get him to look at you or anything, and the sounds stopped. Alfie was pretty much the same. He just became very within himself and just wanted the telly, just the telly.
First reaction?
Well, I had heard people say, and I'd read some stuff, that twins were late talking and stuff, but something didn't feel right. So I took them to the doctors when they were around just over 2.5. And the doctor basically said I was being daft. There was nothing wrong. They were absolutely fine. So I left it a little bit longer, and then I went to see my health visitor, and she insisted everything was absolutely fine, but she would refer the boys for more tests, hearing tests and things like that.
And so how are they now? What kind of difficulties do they face then, now that they're kind of at that school age?
They still don't speak, apart from Alfie says he does say mama. That's the only word he says. They're really settled at school. They love school. The school they go to is amazing. And it's just, basically it's like having 2 children coming up for 7 is more like having 2 children that are coming up for 3. That's the way I kind of view them, so I don't expect too much of them. Just basically everything, you know. It was from, they'd come round, like Emma's been round many a time when I've had a bad night's sleep, and you know, she'd come round and she'd sit and we've played with the boys together, we've took them out, you know. We've had lovely sunny days in the garden when we've been kind of catching up, and she's like family, really. Don't think it's not going to get better, because it does get better, but I think you've also got to realise when you've got autistic children that you're always going to face a new battle as well. As they get older, things get better, but then other problems do come along. I think you've become a stronger person for what you go through, you know, and I think you've just got to keep going. I think it's easy to think when you've got children that have no problems, you know, and they're just a perfect situation, you know. You don't tend to think of those that aren't. And having 2 children now that have got problems and stuff, I tend to think of everything differently. And I think if I'm going to donate, you know, a £5 or just a couple of quid on a regular basis, that money helps a family. Whether it's not always financial money that people need, it's support. And you never know when it's going to affect you as a family next. People say to me, and they still say it now, people say to me, how did you get through it? Because not only did I have the autism, I had the feet to deal with, I had a marriage breakup to deal with. And I look back now, would I want to go through it again? No, definitely not. No, but you know, I've got through it, and I think that's probably down to embrace, if I'm honest.
Oh, you've helped me loads, like you've come out and like you've helped me with Bailey, and then doing the one-on-one, getting me all that help as well, and also going into school with me, didn't you? Probably hard, because I wouldn't have had any advice, and I wouldn't have been quite sure which paths to go down. So you have helped me a lot understanding it. No, I didn't know about any support from the, is it DLA?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know about any support at all, about like any different groups or things. Well, someone came out for to see me and helped me fill in all those forms and understand it all.
Yeah.
in that.
And then were you awarded that?
Yeah, he barely got awarded that. Helped like me fill in all the forms and everything because I just didn't understand it all, so they have supported me really well.
Yeah, good.
And I also want to carry on the support as well now that Bailey has got his one-on-one, because I still want to be involved with Embrace as well.
Good.
Jensen's behaviour.
So,
His behaviour's been horrendous and development-wise and stuff like that.
yeah.
So
to access a bit of support then.
Yeah.
So can you maybe give us a few examples about how Embrace have supported you and your family?
you come round, you have a chat with me, make sure we're alright, and you come into our school meetings and you've chatted to us about the EHC plan, so we knew what was going on with that. And basically let me know things that I can go and do with Jensen, so
Yeah.
it is quite good. We knew exactly what was going to happen with the EHC plan. And then obviously you've fetched me papers that let me know what's going to go on through the EHC, which we didn't really know things about that before anyway. So, and basically what the EHC plan is and what we can get for Jensen with his education. Because I think sometimes with the school we do struggle.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've had so much support from yourselves and obviously the other teams has been a huge benefit in the school. So, well, we went on holiday and Embrace did a social story for Jensen, so we could explain bit by bit how Jensen has gone away and where we was going and all that, to try and make Jensen's holiday a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And that was really, really, really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. And was that something that Jensen enjoyed as well?
He loved it because he took it in the car with him, so all the way to London he was looking at it and reading it with his sister in the back of the car, which kept him calm, so we had no fight in the back of the car. Then when we got on holiday we were showing it everybody in Legoland, all this is what we're doing on holiday, so it was really good.
Yeah.
Don't think twice about it, just do it.
Yeah.
Because it is a big help.
Yeah.
And it is the fact that I can just phone you up and say, right, Matt, I need you. And I know you'd do everything you can to come down and make sure we're alright, so yeah. Really, really helpful. And he even plays football with kids.
First become involved with Embrace when I was going through the EHC process, and once we'd actually got to the point where they said they would do an assessment is when I started to struggle because I didn't know what to do, and the advice on there was to ring Embrace. We've got the social stories, little calendar for him for the school trips and
So
things like
like
that.
visual resources to help
Yeah.
your son then.
The DLA forms, writing letters to his paediatricians, attending meetings with school, and it's been done quickly and it's taken a lot off my back because I have enough to stress about having a child with difficulties, complex difficulties. I mean, I knew that there must be something out there, but I didn't know who did what, how I go about getting a referral. It's like for the breaks for him to get respite, I didn't know who it was you went through. Going through the All About Me section with me, putting in what it was that I wanted in the plan, helping us push it through until we finally did get it. I've been with a couple of other services before and I'd say Embrace, they work well with you, it's constant, they come out and it's a big relief that you've got someone there backing you up and it gets done. You're not waiting around and you're just at the end of the phone.
Before we had Embrace, we had various different key workers coming into play, but everyone seemed to have their own little issues and that, and it was always Grace that was missing out on things. So it was when we had a problem, we'd chase up the relevant people who were no longer there for us.
Yeah.
So then, because Laura was heavily pregnant, it turned out the child had complex needs as well. So it massively helped us at that time. You fought our corner with social services to help social services help us. You helped a mum's confidence to accept help. With say direct payment, you've helped facilitate the interviews and get that in place, so on a neutral environment you can get comfortable with the people. It's like every issue, every problem, you've always got to have set your life minute by minute, but every time, no matter what it is that crops up, you can always ask the question and you'll always get a prompt answer and help and support and advice.
Massive.
Definitely.
Massive difference.
We'd probably be divorced now. But yeah, if it wasn't for Embrace, you probably would have divorced me by now. Definitely. It doesn't matter what the issue is, you can come to Embrace.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Directing me towards getting carers allowance, sensory toys for Aidan, giving me a form for when I start driving for holidays that I can access either through Haven or disability sites. She's helped me with the hearing for Aidan, and any bits of paperwork that I've needed chasing up on, like for instance getting Rob onto carers hours and things like that. She's tried to find us information out about that myself I wouldn't know where to start with. Made life easier, a lot easier. I can give the stress to somebody else. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely, because they are a stress reliever. And for things that, even silly things like I've got a trip planned for Aidan, a surprise trip for next week to Chester Zoo, and I needed a print off of it. It might sound daft, but it is the little things, and it does matter.
Over the last few months, enormous impact, really big. I knew about Embrace a long time ago, but I never really got involved in them.
Okay.
I wish I had, to be honest, a lot earlier. She's been like the person in front of us. So whenever I've got like PAs to interview, they've already been interviewed by Sue.
Okay.
Whenever I've got a question to sort of, I'm not, PA asks me a question or I'm not sure how to deal with things like finance and books, and literally just dealing with people, I've been able to speak to Sue.
They've thrown us a lifeline, haven't they?
Oh.
Yeah.
Starting to get our life back on track.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We've got a new normal now, but it's starting to get more normal.
She supported us in getting PAs.
Okay.
Because one of the problems that I had was finding PAs, and I tried to do some advertising myself.
Right. Okay.
But I didn't get anybody really nobody was interested. And we just got to me personally, I got to a point where I didn't want to employ anybody else because it was just too much effort. So I couldn't do it. And when sort of we were speaking to social services and they said about Embrace getting involved, I didn't think anything would really happen. And then suddenly in the space of a week we had 2 PAs, didn't we? They're giving me the confidence to sort of do it as well.
Yeah.
Because I had low confidence when it comes to dealing with people.
Right.
I always thought that the PAs were in charge of me, even though I was in charge of them. I would say that don't do it on your own, because you don't know really how to do it.
Right.
And it's really hard on your own, and you're going to get nowhere.
People have asked us how we've changed, where we got all our help from and things like that. We've said embrace, haven't we, before?
Yeah.
And quite a few people hadn't heard, but we're making sure that they do now.
Yeah.
Right, well, to start with, I was employing a lady through direct payments as a PA. She was with me about 12 months and decided the type of work wasn't for her, so she left. Because of this, it left me in a crisis where, in turn, I contacted direct payment team in Wigan. They actually gave me the contact details then for Embrace, and they acted on my behalf as a crisis measure, you know, to help me get in line, different things that I needed, looking for a new PA, employment for a PA, and to put together a contract of employment. Oh, drastically. I don't know what I'd done without, you know, the support from Embrace and of course yourself, Sue. You've been there, very contactable, you know, very approachable. It's changed my life going down this road. You know, like I said, I don't know who I would have approached. It was just a matter of I was left, didn't know what to do, had no support whatsoever. Where now, you know, things are progressing nice and slowly, but we're getting there. Matter of, I felt I didn't have a freedom of choice. That choice was taken from me. The plans were put in. Yeah, I lived, but I didn't feel like I was existing. You know, it was just plodding on. Yes, I would highly. I'd highly recommend it again. If it's done properly, like it's being done now through Embrace, then you're going to get the freedom of choice, you're going to get the more support, you're going to get like versatility where you've got that freedom. You know, you're not sort of sat there thinking, well, who's coming through my door now? Where, you know, can't knock the agencies, they do what they can, but when you've got different support workers coming in and out your door, you know, you might have 3 different ones in a day, where with your direct payments you've got your choice, you can employ 1, 2, maybe 3, whatever. You know, it's based around your personal things and it works wonders.
The flexibility.
Because, yeah, and I think it works with a lot of conditions. I'll not say disability, or maybe I will, because I looked at myself, I suffer a disability which varies from day to day. It varies from week to week. Good days, bad days, and real bad days. But because of the direct payments and the budgeting and the way it's all done, then I can work out when I need that support the most.
Over the past year, it's been absolutely brilliant because I've got to know Tommy and I've got to know Tommy's sister and Tommy, a lot about Tommy's background and what he can do, what he can't do. And I've just really, it's sort of like I've made a new best pal. That's how it's, well, 2, Isabel included, his sister, and it's been absolutely brilliant, and I really get on with Tommy. I'd worked with people who had different problems, and I was at first I was very nervous about it. But I found out there was nothing to be nervous about because Tommy is, well, it's like he's got a sixth sense anyway. He has tremendous coping skills. Yeah, and like, well, it's like Carol said, I've sort of made a new sort of family of friends. Not really, I think not to be frightened. I've learned, because Embrace is somewhere where they sort of place people and they say, look, like you've said to me, there's somebody that'd love to go and see a Wigan rugby match or a Bradford rugby match. They have difficulty getting there, or they have difficulty when they're there because they might be vulnerable. And that's the way Embrace has been good, because they've sort of put me with someone, you know, who would probably have the same sort of interests as me.
I wanted someone in my age that go somewhere with.
So we paired you up with a lady called Beverly.
Yeah.
Has that worked well?
Yeah, she's brilliant. If you're like disabled or learning difficulties, get in touch with Embrace and they will help you. Yeah, it has. I like Beverly a lot.
Yeah.
She's absolutely gorgeous girl.
It's brought another friend into your life, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I currently live in a bungalow in Goulburn that I share with 3 other girls, and I've been in here for 5 years, and I just feel like I need to take the next step to be more independent. I was concerned that I needed some help with getting my point of view across, to help me to get my care package. The advocate came to my social work meetings and when needing me, they supported me in getting my point across. If it wasn't for the advocate, I don't think I would have been at this stage now. Yes, and higher, because at this stage I am now currently waiting to move in my own place.
That's fantastic.
I've got approximately 4 weeks to wait, and I just can't wait.
That's brilliant.
Absolutely yes.
That's fantastic.
Because, like I said before, if I did have Embrace involved, I don't think I would have been able to do what I have done now.
Okay. Hiya. So, what sort of support do you get from Rebecca?
Everything. From basically mental health, budgeting, helping with filling letters in, getting in contact with services. Without Becca, I wouldn't have even done any of it.
Yeah, and do you think that you were saying about your involvement with services, do you feel that you have more confidence having Becca with you?
Most definitely.
Yeah, so does she kind of give you that confidence?
Yeah.
That's great. Do you think now, so you've been working with Rebecca for a year, do you think now, a year on, if you wouldn't have had that involvement from Rebecca, you'd be in a different place to where you are now?
Most definitely.
Yeah. How do you think that? How do you think life would be different if you weren't having Rebecca involved?
With the way I am, I have learning difficulties and trying to find information out, and it's one of them I don't know if I write letters or basically ring someone, I'd set such a not form.
Yeah.
But she gives me the basically, come on, you can do it, you know you can do it.
Yeah, so she's kind of giving you that support to sort of do things for yourself. She's empowering you, if that's the...
Yeah, it's one of them where there is... It's with Rebecca, from the beginning, like I said, I want to know what day it was, time or anything.
Yeah.
But Becky is... If there was more people like Becky out there, then it'd be unreal.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
That would be really good without Becca.
So you think, because of all the help she's given you, it's allowed you to be more independent? Cause she's
taught me how to be independent.
So she's kind of skilled you up. Yeah, that's brilliant. So anyone out there who finds herself in a similar situation to what you've been in, Do you think having someone like Rebecca around is a good thing to have?
Oh, brilliant, yeah. I've even given her name and number out.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Savannah. That was brilliant.
You're
Cheers.
welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, could you just tell us your name?
I'm Fran.
Hi Fran, and how long have you been volunteering for Embrace?
A long time. I don't know. A few years.
And why do you keep coming back?
I love the atmosphere and the people. It's just great, yeah.
Brilliant. And do you feel that you've had any sort of personal progression coming down and volunteering?
I'm a lot more confident. When I started here, it was ridiculous, and now
You feel you've grown in confidence?
Yeah.
And do you feel that's had any impact on other aspects of your life, sort of like your career or education?
Of course it has, yeah, when I'm doing presentations in college and when I'm just out and about. Yeah.
Brilliant, that's great. Thanks a lot, Fran. Hi, so could you tell me your name, please?
It's Rachel.
Hi Rachel, you alright? How long have you been volunteering at Embrace?
Probably about 3 years, I think.
And what sort of things have you been doing?
I'm always with the Duke of Edinburgh group on a Wednesday, doing loads of different activities and helping the young people get their awards, and also in the half term doing exciting activities like going to places like Blue Planet Aquarium and doing loads of different arts and crafts activities and things.
Brilliant, cheers. Do you feel that volunteering at Embrace has helped you progress personally? And if so, how?
Yeah, volunteering's been a big part of my life. Like, started volunteering with Embrace and then loved it so much I've actually changed my mind in what career I want to do. So now, instead of being a PE teacher, I want to go into like special needs teaching and eventually have my own organisation basically.
Hi, can you just tell me what your names are, please?
I'm Gwen Winstanley.
Anne Foley.
Right, Gwen, how long have you been volunteering at Embrace?
Oh, 12 months.
And what do you enjoy about volunteering at Embrace?
Oh, I get great satisfaction of seeing the kids. It's a feel-good factor. I just love being here. It makes me feel happy.
And do you feel that you've progressed on a personal level at all by volunteering?
Definitely, yeah.
And can you explain why you feel that?
I don't think it gives you confidence as well. I just think because the children come to you, or the people come to you, and they're not afraid of you or anything, and I just think, oh my God, it's like, you know, and it just gives me confidence.
Brilliant. Anne, how long have you been volunteering at Embrace?
Just over 12 months now.
And what sort of things have you been doing?
I like being with the young ones. I do a full-time job with people with learning disabilities, and you get to read them and your confidence and know what they want.
Great. And do you feel that volunteering has helped you on a personal level at all, or helped you with your job?
It has, it's helped me a lot because you get to see some signs of the young people or even the families are suffering or having a few problems, and they build a relationship with you.
Great, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. Hi mate, could you tell us your name?
Alex.
And how long have you been volunteering at Embrace, Alex?
Probably about 4 or 5 years or something like that, 4 years maybe.
Great, and can you tell us what you like about volunteering at Embrace?
Just the atmosphere, everyone's really close and really good friends, so just really look forward to seeing everyone every week.
Brilliant. And do you feel that it's helped you progress on a personal level at all, and if so, how?
It's definitely made me just more understanding of people, everyone's different needs and stuff like that. There's loads of people with tons of different needs, and everyone really accommodates each other, so it's definitely helped me to get an understanding of loads of different needs.
Brilliant, that's great. Luke? Cheers for the background dancing, mate, we appreciate that.
We're dancing in the background, pal. Yes, I appreciate it as well.